I was minding my own business in June 2020 when there was a little incident on the highway that caused my car to get almost totaled, and I was injured. And before that, everything was going just fine. I had a job lined up, and I had just relocated during the pandemic when we were on lockdown. I had relocated from the Conroe area back to San Antonio to watch my newborn granddaughter and work part-time for a store and also part-time for my kids, babysitting. So it was looking really bright for me. And then this accident happened and I was not able to work. I could hardly lift the baby. And so it put great stress, tremendous stress. And I was living with them at the time while looking for an apartment, and all that had to stop. So it was a very, very stressful time for me. I was injured and I went to an emergency care, and on the paperwork you fill out, is this a result of an accident? Well, I put yes. Well, so they in turn called my insurance company, who said, she'll be responsible for the visit. So while in the waiting room, I called, and sure enough, I was going to be responsible for the visit, which I did not understand, but rules are rules. So I went ahead and paid out of pocket. And then I thought, this is crazy. What am I supposed to do? I know I'm seriously hurt here. And I didn't know what to do. I had gone to a neighbor's house, and she saw that I was wearing a brace on my arm and that I was hurting. And she said, what happened? And I explained. And she said, you have got to call my friend who's an attorney. And she goes, we go to church with them. They're wonderful people. And I was like, give me their name and number. Do you think they can help me? And she goes, it doesn't hurt to try. Give him a call. And she goes, I'll text him right now and I'll let him know you're going to call him. Within, 24 to 48 hours, I had called. Actually, they reached out to me and it wasn't available. So I returned the call, and I could just tell immediately they were so kind. They put me at ease. They said, we don't know if we can help you, but let us do our homework and we will get back with you. And I mean, within 2 hours, they were back with me. So they were absolutely my first professional call I made. And I'm very glad I did. I'm very glad they were referred to me. I guess you see commercials on TV where attorneys are very, hire me, and they're very loud and boisterous. These people were calm. They listened. I could just tell that they were very worthy people. They really cared. They didn't say, hey, call me if you need anything, call my secretary. No, the attorney himself gave me his cell phone number and said, day or night, you call me. And don't hesitate. How many people do that? Not many. And I could just tell they knew what they were talking about, because they would answer a question and I would absolutely think, I know they can't see me, but I'm like the deer in the headlights. I have no idea what they're talking about. And I would say, I know you explained it, but I was still not understanding. And without making a comment or me hearing them on the phone, they said, not a problem. Let's review it again. And so they would do it differently to where I would understand it. So I knew these people are gentle, they're kind, they're knowledgeable, and they're very professional. And that's what I needed. I needed somebody that was going to calm me down and let me know, we've got it. We've got you covered. And I'm so glad I went with them. The one thing that I thought was tremendous, they kept me informed all the time, what was going on, or if they needed something, they'd call and say, hey, did you go to the doctor? Yeah, I did. Okay. And I put them down so they could get the information from the doctor's office. Okay. Or if I had canceled an appointment or they had to switch me to a different time, they were right on it. They knew it, like they were one step behind me all the time. And they would call and say, we know you went to the doctor. I do think they are going to schedule surgery. How are you doing? Is there anything we can do for you? Do you have the rides covered? If there's anything we can do for you, you let us know. And you just don't get that hardly any place now. And I felt like I was really like part of the group, part of the family. They really took good care of me. One of the reasons is they put you at ease. And there was times that if I felt like, I wonder if they're really going to be able to help me out. It had gone on for a very long time. I had 2 surgeries, different things. And I'd say, are you sure I'm not wasting y'all's time? Or, are you sure you can help me? And they were like, well, of course. And don't you ever feel bad about calling us or asking any question. No question you ask is irrelevant. And if it's important to you, it's important to us. And it's the care and the genuine knowledge of how to treat someone. And I was in a crisis mode. And instead of making me just feel like they weren't listening, they listened, they understood, and they made me feel like I was truly taken care of. And if I didn't like a doctor or I didn't like what I was hearing, they would say, I'm glad you let us know. Let me call someone and let me get you scheduled for another appointment. That they were caring, and it wasn't a moneymaker. It wasn't like the commercials on the TV. We got this client $8 million. That wasn't it. For me, I just wanted to get reimbursed for my medical or know that somebody was listening. I needed someone to just guide me through the procedures. Well, it wasn't going to be my health insurance, and it wasn't any family member I talked to because they had not a clue. And you pay for insurance and uninsured motorists, and you pay all these different things. And I'm thinking I'm totally taken care of. And then all of a sudden, the very first day, there's a curveball. And with the Packard law firm, they made me feel like, you know what? You're not the only one. This happens to people all the time. We don't want you to feel like you're the only one that this has happened to. And I really did. I felt like, has anybody else gone through this, or is this just me? And they put me at great ease. And I felt very secure that I was in very good hands. They just wanted to make sure I was taken care of. They're true, loyal people. One thing that really impressed me is they have this newsletter. It is really appealing to me to find out on a personal basis what these people are up to. It wasn't, they bought a yacht and they all went. It was really about who all they help. They're building beds for these orphans and kids that are coming up, to the United States that have no one. Families have shipped them across the border. They're helping people. They go on like missionary trips to help others. And it's not just this generation. You can tell that when they talk about their grandparents or their parents, that these people have instilled this in this family. And now all these Packard attorneys and the people that aren't attorneys that are in this family, you can just tell that they're paying it forward.